Safety on a striker fire gun. Weird. Not perfect. Hey guys, it's Patrick R with TFP TV, and this week we've got a little bit of a strange gun. This is a Mauser M2 imported by Firearms, the precursor to Sig Sauer USA. So I say it's a little bit strange because in 1999, Sig acquired the Mauser name to produce pistols under the Mauser name. And it did so, produced the M2, and it was imported into the U.S. in 40 caliber, 357 SIG, and 45 ACP. The 45 ACP was the first version that was released, and it had a 8-round capacity, whereas this has a 10-round capacity and was offered up until 2004 when importation stopped. But it's a really strange gun because it's striker fired, it's got a rotating barrel, and it's got this odd little safety switch on the back to go ahead and make it safe. It's strange. So it also has some other features that are kind of interesting, like a takedown lever on the side here that allows you to take the slide off the gun without having to pull the trigger. And to my recollection, it might be one of the earliest ones that offered something like this. It's a very cool idea. Wasn't really popular, unfortunately. It seems that the P229 outsold it by quite a lot. And this one is about the same size, and it's about the same construction. If you look at it, the tooling marks are very, very similar. So anyhow, enough about it. Let's get out to the range and shoot it some. Since they didn't make the Mauser M2 in 9mm, I needed to get some 40 caliber ammunition, and I called the friends over at Ventura Munitions. They happen to have some 180 grain full metal jacket in stock and ready to ship. So now that we have this mag loaded up, then it's time to get to shooting some steel. The Mauser M2 was imported in 1999, initially in 45 ACP with an 8-round capacity. Later, it was introduced in 40 and 357 SIG until it was discontinued in 2005 due to poor sales. It does have some interesting features, like that rotating barrel that I was talking about earlier, and a rear-mounted safety. Takedown on the gun is straightforward but difficult at the same time. You see me lifting up that takedown lever to deactivate the striker mechanism, and then fighting with the takedown lever to get it out of the gun. It is a little bit on the tight side. So once the slide slides home, I was able to get the takedown lever out and take the gun apart. And it comes apart much like any other gun, with a tilting breech block. Putting it back together, again, was a little bit difficult, and getting that slide stop in place properly was not the easiest thing to do. Once I let the slide go home, I was able to get it to click into place and flip that lever back down. Now, I mentioned that rear-mounted safety, and it's on fire, safe. You see here that it's on safe, and I don't really like the placement of the safety, but it is interesting that they included it on the gun. So now, if you're looking for one of these things, they're kind of hard to find, and not the best carry gun, but still an interesting shooter. Might be worth checking out if you're a collector. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of our range day with the Mauser M2. This 40 caliber gun is a little bit on the snappy side, but that's just because it's 40. The Ventura Munitions Ventura tactical ammo that I was feeding this, the 180 grain full metal jacket, performed flawlessly. I didn't have a single malfunction, which is surprising given some of the stories I've heard of the M2 and it not being so reliable. I did make sure to lube up those lugs on the rotating barrel so we wouldn't have any malfunctions while filming, but oh no, it's actually a smooth shooting 40, and my other 40 that I own, the M&P 40 that we'll see later this week, that is a little bit snappier than this, and it's a full-size gun. So that really says something for the rotating barrel design. It's pretty awesome. So if you're looking to pick one up, or you might want to add one to your collection, visit our friends over at Proxibid. They're kind of rare, but they do pop up now and again, and there are tons of other cool guns that you can pick up for a pretty good deal. So we'll see you guys next week. Bye.